Good morning and welcome to my new YouTube channel, where I'm hoping to show you some of the bits and bobs that I do, mainly journals at the moment. My name is Amanda, and the Altered Cottage is it's also the name of my Facebook page. And the name came about when we bought an old cottage in Cambridgeshire and, yeah, effectively altered it. And if you know me, I like anything that isn't quite normal. So I will take something and I will alter it. And that is exactly what we did with the cottage. As far as crafting goes, I started about 15 years ago. I got into scrapbooking when I got married, and then I was beginning to feel, well, yeah, I'm spending all this time, all this money doing scrapbooking, which is lovely, but the albums get put away and they don't really benefit anybody else. And so from that, I moved on to various different crafts and ended up doing machine embroidery, using a computerized embroidery machine, which I still love. But I've always had a kind of passion for fabrics, paper, and anything that is kind of touchy-feely. And when I came across junk journaling, I had already started making journals, some of which had embroidered covers, but I was using shop bought notebooks to put in them. And then I came across junk journaling. It's probably around this time last year. And I absolutely fell in love with all the textures and the colours and really the whole scope of what you could do with it. So that's a little bit about me. This video just showcases my first journal. I have about 6 to video and put onto YouTube. They are all for sale. I will be putting them on my Facebook page as well, which is www.facebook.com/The Altered Cottage, and you can find out details and prices and whatnot's there. But there is a story about this. At the beginning of the year, I was extremely sick. I had my first major flare-up of fibromyalgia, and although I knew that I had it, I had been quite fortunate not to have any big flare-ups. And so at the beginning of the year, I got exhausted and I ended up being in bed for the best part of 2 months. And during that time in bed, my wonderful husband hauled up all my craft supplies and just made room for himself and myself in our bedroom, surrounded by a craft shop effectively, and I came up with this. So this was actually one of my first journals that I made from scratch. It's a hardcover journal. Obviously it's a bumblebee themed, and so let's have a little look at it. It is, as I say, it's a repurposed book, which I just covered in this beautiful bee fabric. In here we have a lovely little yellow notepad for some hidden journaling, and that just ties back up like that. And there's a few layers on the front of corrugated card and trims, scrapbook cardstock, cheesecloth at the bottom, and then it's got a closure of sari silk, which again is bumblebee yellow. And we go inside it. It's 3 signatures I'm not sure of the size because I haven't measured it, but it's, whoops, getting in a bit of a tangle here. So bear with me. There we go. So we open it up. That's it. Okay, so it's a 6 1/4 by 9 1/2 repurposed book. See, I am organised. Sari ribbon closure. It has 120 sides, so that's 60 pages, 20 in each signature. It's done with various kits that I've found on the internet. So it's not just one kit, it's lots of bee kits. Stamping, it's lovely craft paper. Little tag, tuck spot. Little bit of tea dye paper. This is one of Tracy Fox's images, which are beautiful. A pocket there. Music paper with a bit of collage and a little pocket. Oh, and there's sari silk trim, which is beautiful. It's actually sari chiffon with some lace inclusions. Some edge punching, centre of the signature, and I've just left those fairly long so that you can put beads or trim them if you want. More edge punching, and I've used a few of these marbled papers throughout as well, which I love. Another pocket. Envelope there, which goes over the page. Lace doily, just been tea dyed. Another envelope. Bumblebee postcard, which again is another journaling spot. The pocket, which that I think fits in there anyway. Some more Tracy Fox. And another corner tuck spot. Another pocket with some beautiful botanical book page there, which has already been wonderfully aged. I think it was printed like that from a vintage book. There's a pocket there and a tuck spot there. Just a little tag there. This is onto the second signature. Again, some of that beautiful sari chiffon. Paper bag. Very difficult to get hold of these in the UK. See lots of them in the journals that come from the States, but it's quite hard to get all these little knickknacks over here. Just a little bit of journaling ledger paper and a little tuck spot there. Another corner tuck spot. Edith Holden. Can't have a journal without Edith Holden. Some more Tracy Fox. And some old ledger paper, ledger paper. I actually rescued, my granddad used to be a headmaster in a boys' school in Wales, and I rescued some of his old exercise books and ledger books, and repurposing them now, which is great because instead of just sitting on a shelf, they're actually being put to good use. Some more edge punching, little fold out, See, when you get into junk journaling, you have to learn all the terms, and it's a whole new language. That, I believe, is Nick the Booksmith. Some more edge punching. This is lovely too. This is, oh, I can't actually remember the name of the paper, but it's very nice. This is actually an old wedding invitation envelope, which serves as the centre of the second signature, and it's also a pocket, and just thought it was really pretty. Nick the Booksmith, I believe. Another little pocket there. This is just like a little folder with some more ledger paper. So there's lots and lots of writing space in this book. Personally, I don't see the point of making a journal, going to all that effort, if it can't be written in, and everything is taken up with embellishments and inclusions, and you know, every single page is taken up. So all my journals have a lot of writing space. Edith Holden, another little corner pocket. The other side of the envelope, some of that beautiful trim again. That's chiffon sari silk, which is quite delicate with all the lace. And double tuck spot, pocket and tuck spot there. It's the end of the second signature. And the third signature. I wish I could remember the name of this. I think I do have some somewhere. Parchment, that's it. Parchment, I knew it was something. Some more of that doily, paper doily. Tracing paper, which is quite a thick vellum. Tiffany & Co envelope. No, it's actually a double envelope, so that goes. That's just that little one. It's like a coin envelope, and then some an envelope, but I haven't actually stitched it or glued it down, so that you can tuck something in there if you want. Some more of that lovely coloured marble paper. Sorry, I'm fumbling around here. This literally is my first video on my new YouTube channel, so there we go. Another Nick the Booksmith. I love these so much, and particularly on the parchment paper it looks beautiful. This is a trifold, bit of blingy fluff there. And that's a handmade paper pocket. This again is part of one of my granddad's exercise books, so you're talking probably, I don't know, maybe almost 100 years old. Some more paper punching on parchment, and that's the centre of the last signature. It's the other side of the beautiful paper. I love anything that's old and textured and grungy, and yeah, I don't like white things. I think this was coffee dyed paper actually, and again that's some of the handmade paper which I've torn. Another envelope, that's a Tracy Fox one. The other side of that beautiful coloured paper, marble paper. The other side of the vellum. The other side of the doily. Nick the Booksmith. And there we have the end of the book. And here I've just made like a writing tablet, so that if you're putting ephemera or embellishments into your book and you've got something bumpy and you want to write on the page before, you can actually just slot this in and it gives a smooth writing surface. And I've also made it as like a file folder, which you can pop something in there. And that's Edith Holden pages again, with a bumblebee postcard. So that is it. That is the first journal that I made, almost totally whilst I was bedridden. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to pop me a message or come and visit me on the Altered Cottage, or even buy the book, then that would be great. But until the next video, goodbye for me, and I will see you soon. Bye.